Before science uncovered the secrets of the oceans, sailors lived in a world filled with superstitions and tales. One such story revolves around a ghost ship, a phenomenon that has troubled seafarers for a long time, often called the most popular ghost ship. This tale about the luminous and ghostly schooner, known as the Flying Dutchman. Over time, peculiar sightings gave rise to spooky legends, offering reasons why sailors dreaded this phantom ship. However, legends often have some truth to them, and the tales of the Flying Dutchman are no exception. Welcome again to Nautical Depths, and today we are going to unveil the truth about the mythical Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman was a ship in the fleet of the Dutch East India Company. It sailed between the Netherlands and the East Indies, carrying valuable goods like silks and spices from Asia to Europe. Unfortunately, on its return journey to Amsterdam, the ship got caught in a storm. The famous stories about this ship revolve around its captain. Different accounts mention different captains, with one being Hendrik van der Decken. He was deep in thought about his crew's well-being and didn't notice the approaching storm near the Cape, leading to the ship's destruction. Captain van der Decken was an experienced captain who was working for the Dutch East India Company in the early 17th century. Before his fateful voyage, he wrote letters to the company to establish a settlement near the Cape of Good Hope for safety during storms. As the ship rounded the Cape, a severe storm hit, risking the ship's safety. Despite the crew's protests to turn back, the captain ordered them to proceed. The tale includes the captain saying he would sail until doomsday if needed. According to the myth, this angered the gods or the devil, who condemned him to sail the seas forever. Some versions offer a chance for redemption through the love of a faithful woman, allowing the captain to come ashore every 7 years to search for his true love. Another story involves a fight between the captain and a rebellious group over the decision to continue sailing. This ended with the murder of the rebel leader, leading to the ship's fate of sailing with a ghostly crew. In an alternate version, the captain's onboard activities were said to be satanic. His pride in encountering a storm at the Cape led to the ship being tossed into the eye of the storm instead of turning back. According to this folklore, the ship was cursed to sail the oceans without ever reaching a port or harbor. While the Flying Dutchman is often considered a moral tale warning against arrogance at sea, many people have claimed to see this ghostly ship. The first recording sighting was in John MacDonald's work, Travels in Various Parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa during a series of 30 years and upwards in 1790. Since then, sailors have documented their sightings in logbooks and personal diaries. References to the Flying Dutchman span more than 2 centuries. Sightings vary, with some describing it as a spectral schooner under full sail, others seeing it navigate through fog or rough waters, and many claiming to encounter the ghost ship making significant progress in calm waters. From its emergence in the 1600s, sightings of the ghost ship have been reported around the Cape of Good Hope, typically during stormy weather with strong gales. According to tales, the Dutchman is seen as a harbinger of death and impending doom for the vessels that spot it. It's also recounted that letters and messages passed to ships encountering the Dutchman led to their destruction and the crew losing their lives upon opening them. One notable sighting was reported by the HMS Bachante, a British Royal Navy vessel, in 1881. Future King George V and Prince Albert Victor, serving as midshipmen, claimed to see the ghost ship in Australian waters. While the prince didn't experience any harm, the sailor who first reported the sighting met a tragic end by falling from the topmast, adding credibility to the ominous reputation of the vessel. In 1835, a British ship narrowly avoided a collision with the supposed ghost ship on a stormy night when it approached under full sail but suddenly vanished. Another famous incident occurred in 1939 when people near Table Bay in Cape Town reported seeing the haunted vessel sailing toward the shore under full sail before disappearing. The most recent sighting during World War II was reported by a German submarine under the command of Nazi Admiral Karl Donitz as they voyaged through the east of Suez. As news spread about seeing the Flying Dutchman, people wanted to figure out what was really going on. While many liked the idea of ghost stories, others looked for scientific explanations. The most accepted scientific explanation for these sightings is a superior mirage, also known as Fata Morgana. Scientists say it's a natural thing that happens when moisture and atmospheric conditions mix with light, creating a displaced image of faraway objects. This tricks our eyes into seeing things that aren't really there. This phenomenon can happen at sea, on land, or even in deserts, involving almost any distant object. At sea, it can sometimes make a ship, too far for the naked eye to see, reflect on the water, making it look like a boat is floating above the sea. Even with these logical explanations, some still believe in the existence of such a ghost ship. However, nowadays, the bigger concern is not ghost ships, but the threat of pirate vessels on a large scale. While the idea of the Dutchman's specter is not completely dismissed, captains and crews are more worried about pirate ships taking advantage of the situation, pretending to be a centuries-old ghost vessel rather than actually seeing a ghost ship itself. The puzzling fate of the Flying Dutchman has made a big impact on popular culture, influencing many artworks, books, and music. One famous adaptation is the opera, The Flying Dutchman, by German composer Richard Wagner, first performed in 1843. This opera tells the story of the cursed ship's captain and his quest for redemption through love. Beyond opera, the legend has been explored in books, paintings, and movies, reaching a global audience. The ghost ship's story represents universal themes like condemnation, redemption, and the struggle against one's sins, contributing to its enduring appeal. This legendary ghost ship figure, sailing forever, has also left its mark on the popular Pirates of the Caribbean film series. The inclusion of the Flying Dutchman in Pirates of the Caribbean brings fantasy and mysticism to the story, immersing viewers in a world of piracy and maritime folklore. The ghost ship's tale and its determined captain have become an essential part of the saga, enhancing the narrative and creating memorable moments in naval battles and encounters with supernatural beings. Through its various interpretations in music, literature, and art, the Flying Dutchman remains a symbol of human vulnerability and the search for redemption amidst eternal damnation. From the haunting notes of Wagner's opera to the thrilling scenes in Pirates of the Caribbean, this ghost ship's tale resonates with themes of redemption and the eternal struggle against one's own demons. As the Flying Dutchman sails through the vast ocean of human creativity, it leaves an indelible mark on maritime history. For more videos about the ocean's mysteries, subscribe to the Nautical Depths, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated.